Hello, welcome back. Last time I got, what was it, piggyback done? One puzzle in Descent. These days it's getting pretty predictable that I'll only get just one puzzle done. I mean, I got all these three done, plus one in the last world before, so I don't know. You never know. You never know with this game. Will I get these two done today? Unlikely. But maybe. Rabbithole. How are rabbits made? Well, let me tell you all about it. Maybe not here, though. That doesn't seem appropriate. Alright, Rabbithole. I'm in a little hidey thingy. How nice. Alright, so you look way out of the way. Ooh, way out of the way. However... What's this? Oh, that's... Sorry. I parsed this in reverse. I parsed these as wall and this as pushable, but no, it's the other way around. Okay, so a bunch of elements here. Is this the most out-of-the-way one? Okay, let me do my exercise where I try to touch every goal object. This one obviously has the problem that I can't keep pushing that after it plops down there. Alright. Yeah, okay, so that just kind of disassembled itself into a shape that would actually be real handy down there. And can I touch the rest trivially? I think so. Wait, do I have a solve? Surely not. What was that weird effect that just happened as I walked over the sand there? It, like, all gathered in on me. Am I seeing that I can actually just trivially solve this by... pushing this over here, not using most of the elements, delete this, get the little too wide one out, and just kind of push this over here. That gets deleted. Ah, I see the problem. The problem is that this does not... Right, at no point does this fall, so this can't just ride it over, and yeah, my plan had been that I'd put that block, you know, here and here, and then push this over top of it to fall down here and join with this. Okay, so what would be better is if I could weld this little gravity block together with, I guess, really another 1x1. Which in this arrangement can be manufactured. There are lots of ways. In fact, here's a real easy one. Okay. So, the next problem is getting the 1x1 duder there to a place I can weld to it. What in the heck is that going to involve? Like, I can push this out and pull this up, but then there's like nothing happening now. So perhaps I want to weld it together with... Well, no, this has to be adjacent to the plus in order to weld. Okay, so I have to move it up and over. If it moves down by even one... Yeah, I know, I could catch it with a thing and get it back, but how would I get on the other side of that thing? Because, like, I'm imagining this shape slotting in here. And yeah, I caught the gravity block, but I can't get to the other side of it to do any work with it. So that's not everything I need. Okay, well, what if I had this, and also a little preparation platform thing? I still maintain one weldable surface. So here's my preparation platform thing. It's gonna go right in here like this. I'm packing a bunch of shapes into this spot, though, and I worry that that might end up being a problem. This hasn't helped me. The space is just as blocked up as it would be otherwise. Oh. Would it help me if these two were split apart a little bit? Yes. Because then... well, not quite the way I wanted it to. This doesn't help. This falls. I can't get under that. This lets me get under the gravity block, sure, but not, like, usefully. Okay, so concept is coming to me. If I could have something that were to wrap around in such a way that if I push let's see. What shape am I imagining? So I need a protrusion, say, to my left. Yeah, okay, so if this could come up into something that's shaped like this. So rotate this. Okay, so can I construct something that looks like that? I mean, other way around would work too. This is part of the way there. Okay, I can bring you through here, get you back. Split those pieces apart. So I need a bottom hole. And my minuses are kind of limited. Sorry, what I'm trying to do is boost this up, push something in one direction, and have a block come the same direction from something that fully encircled it. So I need to put this into a little hole in the bottom of something, pull that thing, then have that land on that something, and then I can probably find a way to extract it after that. Weld it to something with one of these, and then after it's welded to specifically a 1x1 something, so I've probably already messed up, it'd be 3 wide with gravity, and I push it in here, and it falls and touches that. Okay, but so the like, yeah, I think the most minimal shape that would do that role would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 blocks curling around with a little shelf right here on the inside. So 2 empty spaces in the center, 1 empty space coming out the bottom, either on the left or the right. Okay. The shapes I have access to don't look especially friendly to that right now. Let's see, could I do something a little short of that? Yes, I could. So just a clockwise 90-degree rotation of this would actually be sufficient. A little hat where I could... Let's see, it's hard to delete the right thing off of this. I start with this. Okay, yeah, and it doesn't even need to be quite as large as I was picturing. This is almost there. If I had one more block down on one of these 2 sides, this would actually do the job. So what it would look like is something like this. So be able to push left or right with this. Whoa! Why can I do that? I guess I'm canceling the move before I've fully committed to it and no puzzle state change has taken place? Yeah, I think that's what's happening. But I can't cancel when I'm pushing a block. I have to fully commit to that. It's just movement here. Okay, anyway, not puzzle relevant. Probably. So delete this block and add more than I can reasonably add. This shape is not right for the task. How do I make one that is? Am I sure this is the task I want to do? Possible alternative. No, I don't think there are any. Like, this has to be something one tall to sneak through this gap here and go this way. Then it has to be able to fall, and after it falls, I have to continue to be able to push it left. Except no, there is no continuing to push left, because it's exactly one tall. I have no tools for getting it away from this wall, so it has to be exactly 3x1 with gravity. Yeah. This is constructed very specifically to allow nothing other than 3x1 with gravity to touch that. So yeah, I have to weld this together with another 1x1 block in one of these two spots. This one looks a lot more convenient. It would only have to be pushed over by... No, there's a little more to it than that. Because I have to push the other block at the same time, so I need a flat surface... Oh, no, now this looks much more convenient. Okay, so basically I want to construct a shelf with... Okay, so I can do this part of this puzzle. Right, so to get down to a 1x1... I can do that. Okay, yeah. So, imagine pushing this up. Let's pretend this is the gravity block, and I've somehow... Well, okay. Sure. So let's pretend... that this is the gravity block. I've pushed it up and somehow pushed it over here onto this shelf. This one's not affected by gravity, so I can just do that. I do that, and I make a weld, and that's my problem. It welds to this. Okay, so I'll have to deal with that too. Either by using a shape that doesn't include this block here, but is like some kind of U shape, or by deleting something, or by welding in a different spot. Okay, so I'm glad I tried that because I discovered another problem with that approach. But I still have no progress on getting this out of its column above here. I still need something to pull it off of my head horizontally. Let's try... Oh, not that. I'm just gonna try some shapes here. I think I can manufacture one that works, actually. I don't know what kind of state it leaves the rest of the puzzle in, but... I also need a different kind of pusher for this. And also that's the wrong shape. Okay, so no, I want that to be pushed up as one unit to weld in this spot, which would give me a horizontal pushable thing. But that's already used up all my pluses, so that's no good. Okay. And the only interesting thing about this is the two vertically connected blocks. Okay, so then that tells me some stuff about how I want to break down this block. I guess, yeah, the expansion of that would look like... If I did that instead, it's really no better. So this can get me a 1x1 that I can extract once this is gone, or once this has moved. That would work too. Or do I want, like, a really long finger going in here with, like, a little upward protrusion on it? No, I don't see how that would help anything. So come in here, displace that, be able to be pulled upward to move that up, but then there's nothing else to do with it. So no, that's not of any interest. So yeah, like the idea is this would weld onto you at some point, but like I can't do what I want to do in one weld, and I don't even have the welding capacity to do what I want to do in the first place. Am I thinking the wrong way around? Like, should I... So I'm imagining this being the left side and something welding to the right. Do I want to do the opposite? Do I want this? Maybe. I can do some things with that, actually. That's not a terrible state to be in, possibly. No, I don't think it does me any good, though. Because, like, what do I have at this point? Nothing left. I don't have enough verticality is the problem. Are you relevant to... You might be. What if you're a shell for... Well, no. I can't shelf you there. Like, no matter what, I still just need something... Well, basically 3 vertical blocks, then something across... all the way across, and then one more down. Yeah, so I still just need this shape or this shape. One of those two is the bare minimum for moving this horizontally after boosting it. Yeah, okay, so it's going to take one of those. Alright, so how do I construct any such shape with the tools I have? Welding here with what I have is never going to happen. So it'd have to be here. So then I have the secondary problem of how do I weld this to a 1x1 if it's not this? And, well, actually that itself is a problem too. Oof. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff going on here. So as a unit, this has to move somewhere adjacent to one of these. Okay, so either this goes here and a 1x1 goes here. or the horizontal flip of that, or this goes here and a 1x1 goes here, or the horizontal flip of that. Like, those are my options for constructing 3x1 with gravity. It's one of those two. It feels easier to do this because I can control your ascent after setting it up. Your descent is uncontrolled. You just fall when I make an input, and that input cannot be a down action. Yeah, I can't weld with this. Okay, so I need to use this to manufacture what I need to get you out. If this were a little different, I could begin to imagine doing what I want here, but as it is, I'm not really seeing it. Because, like, with just one single weld, and I don't know what this is for yet. Like, this is the most mysterious part of the puzzle for me at this point. I mean, I can do this, which is one block off of being the right shape for me. So if you had a thing there, it sure would be nice, wouldn't it? This thing's only purpose is to get me under this. And then there's literally nothing else it can do other than just get deleted. So yeah, that's not relevant to the puzzle. Is there some other way to move this horizontally that I'm not thinking of? No. Once it's up, like, I can only make vertical motions with it on my head. Once I make a horizontal one, I'd better be pushing it in that horizontal motion, or else it will fall all the way here. To push it in that horizontal motion specifically requires me to push a surface that pulls that thing, and the bottom has to be clear. So yeah, everything leads me to this shape or this shape. Either way around is fine. Oh, no, it's not. It's exactly this shape. The short side must be on the right because of you. Well, but no, I'm using this to weld that shape together, in theory. So, like, I'm going to delete this, move this up, and weld it to that. It has to be fully connected. A more complicated shape could potentially work, but it still just has to meet those basic requirements. A pull here, a push on this block has to pull the one that's one up and two to the right of it. Like, yeah, just connect this to this, and it has to be clear on the bottom. And the minimal shape is just that. But I don't even know how to make that shape from what I have, even if I would use up all of my resources I have now. This is not relevant for making that. Well, neither of these are. Both are against a vertical surface, and what I need is more verticality here. If this block weren't here, I could delete this block and still not be able to do what I want. I'm still having the feeling that this is possibly has more of a role than just an obstacle for this deleter here. Like, is there some way I'm gonna shelve you there? It does line up awfully suspiciously with this, like, being in exactly the right column for... Well, no, it's exactly not in the right column for that. Okay. I realize I haven't tried anything in a while because I'm just kind of out of things to try, but... So what about this? How can you help me? You can't break this down because it doesn't currently fit. To make it fit, I would have to at the least do something like this. If I did, this could then break down to these blocks, but everything's too broken down now. Like I've lost my verticality, and the verticality is the valuable part I'm trying to preserve. This has some verticality to it. Oh. Okay, so maybe I see a way to phrase the shape I want to make. So give me a 1x2 something. How do I do a 1x2 something? I think I can. Do I think I can? How would I? How would I? Without... Like, this is just so close to what I want already. I just need to... do something impossible with it. So if welding... So I'm thinking of this as maybe the right side of the thing, and then like that as the... this as the left side. So for the actual weld to take place, once again, this would be... where, how? How would it be? It'd be there getting pushed upward alongside... a 3 tall vertical bar? Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, I don't see that happening. So instead... I have nothing extra to push with. Well, I guess breaking these down gives me something. The only way to break loses me some verticality here. That's why this is so bad. Like I break here, here, or here. It's one of those three. I want to maintain this 3 tall vertical thing here. But since these are both against left walls, and it doesn't even fit here, I just can't. And there's still the problem that I can only use one of these pluses because I need the other one to weld to this. And I feel like this is the one I need to preserve, but this is the easier one to use. So, what? How do I proceed in any way here? Let me rethink my end state. Do I actually know what the end state is? Like, I've checked this several times, and 3x1 with gravity consistently was the thing that got it done. This is the only gravity I get. Can't have more. I can't push anything down when it's gone through this barrier. Like, no down going here. So yeah, 3x1 with gravity. It adds up. That's what it has to be, but how? Okay, so yeah, the next step back from that is then this must weld to something. To make a 3x1 with gravity has to involve the one gravity block. So it has to connect to something. The something it connects to must be a 1x1. So at some point I break something down to a 1x1. Okay, sure. That's the easy part. I would have to use both of these to do that. Okay, so then I know... Well, I can get 2 of them like this. Like this. But that leaves this big awkward shape and nothing to do with it. So no, that shape needs to lose some of its pieces. And gain others. What? Okay, so this cut, or this cut that I've not explored much, because it's obviously not what I want, or this cut. That right there looks closest to what I want of anything that I've done. But it's not right. Oh, can it be? No, not like that, that's for sure. I don't have the leverage to double push that. Okay, so then, wait, but now I see a shape that does. It's an impossible shape I can't make. Well, I can make it. Okay, fine. So let's do this, even though it loses me the puzzle. At least just to proceed. How does this do what I want? It totally doesn't. Is the opposite supposed to do something good? It totally doesn't. What? This isn't anything. Rabbithole. Yeah, so, like, to do this, I'm going down a pretty darn long chain of reasoning here. And I'm hitting the dead end and, like, I just have no idea how to construct the shape that I know I need. So do I actually know that? One weld to make the pusher, one weld to make the key object. Like, it has to be one of each. Oh, I say oh so excitedly as if I have something, but I just have, like, the dimmest... I had for a fleeting moment a dim, like, idea of something I could do. Like, I haven't even successfully welded these two dudes together at all. So okay, let's at least do that. There, I made a weld. Great. It's a completely useless shape. That's never doing anybody any favors. If only I had another fish here. But I only have one fish. And it's not a fish. It's a weird little metal half capsule. With feet and eyes. Let's just make some shapes. Because, like, at this point, I don't have a lot going on. That little handle on top can never be relevant to anything. This is nothing. If that little handle on top could have been on the bottom instead... Maybe. Okay, is there another... Any other way I could, like, block up this hole somehow after pushing up from here? Like, other actions I could take after I get this through there. Oof, I don't think so. Just this... The tools I have for construction don't allow me to construct what I need. And what are you for? So you're the tool that I haven't used, but I don't know how you help me. Alright, what are all the ways I can use that? This, if it wants to touch it, would have to break down first. This can touch it immediately, giving me a 2x1. Okay, who cares? What's a 2x1 gonna do for me? Nothing. With one single weld to somehow perform the magic to get this. To make all my dreams come true. So doing a weld requires 3 objects, the 2 being welded and the 1 also pushing. So I definitely must split off something from here. It does look to me, just like the overall pattern of this, is that I split off... So here's my pusher, here's weld number 1, here's weld number 2. That does come with an extra piece, though. Like, this protrusion here, I just want to weld those together, and this protrusion here is unnecessary for that. But also, welding in this spot is impossible. This does not seem like it just remotely has anything productive I can do with it. Like, this is why I feel like I must be on the wrong line of reasoning, because just what I want to do isn't even vaguely close to being plausible. So I must be trying to do the wrong thing, or there's some extremely much more efficient way to manage my resources. Just some magic move that gets me way more resources than I have here. Like, what am I failing to envision? Okay. So, here's the contour I want, plus 2 extra bits that don't actually get in the way, but this is not welded together. If I were to... See, I can't delete anything off of this without disrupting that contour. I lose the nice contour because it has to be one of these vertical blocks that I chop off of here. I don't want it to be, but it has to be. So I'd have to lose one, then gain one, like we've been over this. That has failed me the puzzle already, just that action alone. And now my shape's wrong for this. Yeah, everything's terrible. That's no better at anything. In fact, that's awful. And this other deleter just loses me more verticality. So rude. It just... Verticality is all I want, and it's specifically what I cannot have ever. So again, am I just trying to do the wrong thing? The possibility space for this is so tiny, it includes literally one thing. It's 3 by 1 with gravity. Isn't it? There's no filling either of these spaces without gravity. It's impossible. If I could shove a little 2 by 1 in here and have it fall down, then I could put this through there and it would bind. But no, I can't. The width of this requires this to protrude by 3 and then fall and bind here. Like, that's it. That's just what it takes. Oh, I am overlooking one thing, potentially. If I were to replace this with a U, that does allow a different usage of this welding block, maybe, because then I get one more space to come down here. But then it's just stuck in... Well... Yeah, then it's just stuck in there. So that's no good. What? Is there an element of this puzzle I'm missing? Okay, so this looks like it exists specifically to allow... Alright, I'm gonna do some meta reasoning here. It really looks like the existence of this passage implies that at some point in this puzzle I want to do this. There are a lot of blocks on the board now. Things are very broken down. In order to get you back out anywhere, I will have to have already consumed this. I don't have the pieces to weld together anything useful. I just don't. It's too broken down. But why else would that passage be there? Like, no other shape going in there requires... Well... You kinda do. Okay, so it could be for that. But why, though? What's good about that? Nothing. Well, it doesn't leave any extra stuff here. But if I want that shape, I can make it trivially with this. With this. Verticality. Just the hardest thing to achieve. I cannot have it. So the weld that I make with these has to involve gaining one more space vertically, but but that's impossible. Okay, yeah, so that's provably impossible. So that's not what I do. I have to keep this verticality. I can't keep all of this verticality. So, yeah, have I just proven that what I'm trying to do can't work? I mean, I didn't really use my words for it, but... so here's a too tall vertical something. Here's a too tall vertical something. They can't bind at the bottom. I can't gain I can gain verticality here. Yeah, so the verticality has to be gained at the top. So I want to weld that. You're the wrong shape for welding that. And even using this, I still can't make the right one. The shape I would need would be kind of large. I can't push a different direction here. I haven't used this yet. Still don't get what it's for. It's gotta be for something. So push these as a unit upward. They create the little hat that I need for this. I can put it down here. It would have to touch that at some point. Rendering the puzzle impossible already, I know. But, so, after that I would have the secondary problem that I've used the top plus. Meaning I'd have to weld the gravity block with the bottom one, which seems obviously impossible. I wonder, though, so if I were to, in one single move, make a push... Okay, so let's imagine a hypothetical situation. This is perched up above this somehow. A 1x1 is right here, and I have a shape that's like this. So, and like there's just a wall here. So I push the whole shape over. The 1x1 gets here, the gravity block falls. I assume they would weld together in that case. So if I had done that, there's nothing extra in either of these spots. From either of these places, if I make that weld, I can push right, it falls down, I push left, and it's done. I don't have anything anywhere near tall enough to... Okay, so yeah, so since this is proving impossible, and since it keeps on looking like I need to weld... But then how do I weld here? So both of these are impossible for welding the gravity block? That's what it seems like. Because for this one, I already had the problem where I somehow... Okay, right, so I didn't do this for real. I never got this out of this column. But I already did the exercise where I made a platform here and welded together two 1x1s on it. And it welded to the platform. Like, of course it did. I can't use the gravity block's own gravity to also push something that's across a gap 2 columns away from itself. Am I making some kind of shape that's like... Like, I need so many more tools than are in this puzzle to make anything happen. What analysis can I do to get any closer to a goal? Doing like a meta-meta analysis now. Okay, no, hang on. I was on the trail of something. So, the weld I desire here is this one. That weld cannot be done. Yeah, both these pushing up as a unit. That weld cannot be done. I don't have the tools for it. So if I can't have that... Then what? If I can't have that, then what? None of that goes anywhere. Is there some kind of multi-shape thing I can do to make this somehow make the impossible possible? If they were connected... It's definitely impossible to use these for anything other than deleting this, because this block has no freedom of movement other than moving exactly left into these. So just discard any line of thinking that involves using these. I've looked at this enough times to be pretty sure I need 3x1 with gravity. It's the only way. Your purpose eludes me, and you two are nowhere even close to enough. And you're against bad walls that don't help me. Okay, well, I'm not seeing this. Alright, still not seeing it, but let's at least go down a line of reasoning that I discarded a while ago and didn't come back to. Just to see if somehow it can go somewhere. I don't think it can, but... let's say I were to make... Once again, I gotta set up a weld, and it's not easy to do. So basically, I want to use this shape to slot in here and then push upwards. There's no way to prop it up once that's done, but at least it's a different line of thinking than the one that I've been on and has also dead-ended on me. I just don't have the tools to make what I want to make. It's not manufacturable. Like, doing any kind of weld is pretty hard. So for welds, I do kinda actually want larger horizontal pieces. Does this let me do anything? No, not really. No, not really. Oof. Okay, I can make the no, I can't. This is too narrow. Can I do it anyway with a different configuration? No. No, and that's not even what I want. Hoi. Oh, wait, hang on. So, I can do what I was trying to do there. Here's how I do it. I add you and then I delete... No, I don't add you. I delete this and then... then nothing happens. What kind of sorcery is required here? Everything is like 5 steps away from even beginning to be possible. Like, there's just this... I see the end state. I see the start state. There's just this massive chasm in between where nothing can happen. What is this? Alright, a new concept. I did think of another way to get this out. Instead of pushing it up and shelving it somewhere, what if I'd scoop it out? Can I scoop? So a scoop would mean something like this. Well, not that. See, even making a scoop is pretty hard. Like, I need to add things I can't add. Once again, like, everything in this puzzle is several steps away from being possible. It just doesn't let me even start to try to do the things I want to try, so I can't make progress because I'm so far away from conceptualizing what I need to see that it just goes nowhere. But yeah, the idea with a scoop is, you know, I'd push that in, I'd have... oh, and this wouldn't even work as a scoop anyway. It could. Yeah, okay, so let's say I would grow this to the right and to the up. So I'd push it from the outside, this would dip down, I'd push it this way and nothing good would happen. No, in order to scoop I'd need to be in there with it, pushing it around. Which I could do. Okay, yeah, so yeah, imagine this has a block here and here. I go down here, I push it in, it falls there. I don't actually have to do that move, so I'd pull, 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 and be unable to get that anywhere. But I guess the shape I would want... like, I need this handle to pull the scoop upward after that, but then, like, how do I unscoop? I wouldn't be able to get that out again, ever. It'd have to involve one of these deletion blocks, I guess. Once again, I can't bind these together. I've tried this before. It goes nowhere. I don't have a push that welds these. Nothing can do it. Is that strictly true? I think it is. Is there another shape of scoop I could make? I don't really think so. So, like, when I was trying to do this earlier, I was imagining pushing this whole shape together down in here and over, and then I stand up here and push the whole thing up, elevating that. But I didn't have a plan after that, because that doesn't really do anything. It just falls back down again. Because I can't prop it up and go do work elsewhere. But this in-out scooping motion... Okay, yeah, so let's visualize a little farther. Let's say I could pull off this weld. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's fine. Push over. Push down, be inside the scoop of the scoop, come over there, it falls, come back, push the whole thing over, then I can't bring it up. There's not enough room for that. I can't get back under there again. Nope. Like this, maintaining this shape would let me push up from there, and then over, and then use it to delete that block there, liberating this so I could do, I don't know, something with it in theory. But what would the something with it in theory be? I don't think I even need to answer that question, because the width of this forbids the scoop from ever even working. And, again, like... So let's go back to working backward. So 3x1 with gravity gets this done, right? Let's imagine the precondition to a 3x1 with gravity. Like, that is not even close to simple. Like, I haven't seen a way to make that weld here or here, and those are the only two spots. Like, this would involve some elaborate machine for pushing the falling block next to one that needs to weld to it at the same time, and I think that's, again, several steps of impossible with the tools that are in the puzzle here. This involves elevating the two of them on, like, a U shape. So once again, something like that scoop. Like, the scoop shape keeps looking like what I want in a lot of places, except this is not the right scoop shape. For that, I wouldn't want the... Oh... What if... What about one of these? A little squiggly. Could a little squiggly work? No, that doesn't function as a scoop. And push it down here and push it over, and I would never get on the bottom to pull it back up. For a 5 wide scoop to function, I would have to... Well, none of this matters because it's all impossible. All of it. All impossible. No way to do anything. So I'm still trying to do the wrong thing because it's so far from being possible, but what else can I try? I'm just out of things that can be tried here. Is there another mechanic I don't know about? Because I did have to learn about welding to get a puzzle done somewhere. Maybe there's... I mean, there's not much here. There's a plausible route to the very end, but just, again, a huge impossible gap in between. Like, I can see the end state, and I can see a few steps back. I can see the start state, and I can see a few steps forward. Just this blank void in the middle. Just has no tools to fill it. So okay, I still have nothing. Great, that's the story. Well, okay, check it out. Let me set that up again. So at least I can do a weld, so I can try some of these things I've been visualizing to see if I'm visualizing them wrong. Okay, so that was this here. This thing comes in and acts as a pusher downward there. Okay, there's a weld. Oh, okay, so I got that scoop shape. Hold on, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. Yeah, but then I can't... Oh, wait, but I can... Wait. Was I picturing that as 6 wide when 5 is actually fine? Okay. I scooped, and... Yeah, so my miscalculation was thinking that this shape was 6 wide. Wait, have I done it? So there's my one thingy. This looks almost like it wants to be the right shape for getting that weld together. You know what? I pulled this out. This is real progress. Okay, I'm encouraged. I don't think I have a full solution here, but it's closer to being something plausible. How do I... Oh. How do I, he asks, while the answer stares him in the face. Okay. So teleport this up here and move this left one. Yeah, so teleport this up here, and I have my weld. Okay, so how do I get that up there? I mean, it doesn't even need to involve teleportation. I just gotta get it... Yeah, okay, so check this out. Here we go, I got this. I have a solve. What? Okay, okay, so I know what my miscalculation was. Yes, that's fine, that's expected. This is a little awkward, but that's just this game for you. Whole thing is a little awkward. And I do in fact want you up top of there. Okay, yeah, so then I use this shelf for this kind of horizontal transport. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This is a solve. Okay, so you are gonna go... Alright, so the scoop approach came together in the end. You need to go right there, and you've done it! Cool! Okay. All is well. This goes here. Yeah, it just had to be something magical like that. That was the only way that was gonna happen. A very specific magic move sequence I just had not seen, and I did it. How many of you thought, when you got to like the 1 hour mark, that I was just gonna say, well, I don't know how to do this puzzle, I'm gonna come back to it another day. But hey, I found out how rabbits are made. It wasn't how I expected. Alright then. So, we're getting into this territory. That's fine. This is exactly what I expected when I started playing this game, and I'm still up for it. Alright, I'll see you next time for the last puzzle of Descent.